Hello everyone, welcome to another Python class. My name is Aminullah Yusufi and my assistant is Farida Muhammadi. So in this session we will study string manipulations. As you remember, we studied some Python concept in our previous sessions, like for example why we choose Python, and we also wrote a simple code like printing your name and your city. So in these sessions we will study this concept, string manipulations, how to manipulate string in Python, and then we will work with input function, like how to receive input from computer and print it in the console. Then we will study Python variables, and we will understand what variable casting is, and then we will understand and study how to name the variable correctly. And finally we will summarize our session. Okay, so before we start our lesson, I asked you to install VS Code for writing a code, because this IDE is open source and free. You can also use some online IDE like Google Colab, as I showed you in previous lesson. You simply go to Google Colab site. Please keep in mind that the internet connection is required in order to run your code. Secondly, you have to log in with your Gmail in Google Chrome, otherwise you cannot run a code. So today I'm using VS Code to write my code, because this is more convenient. When you open VS Code, you go to File and you create new file. So we are using Python file, so we choose that. Okay, in this file I want to write a code to print my name, for example, print hello world, I'm learning Python. Okay, now you have to save this file. You can press Ctrl S, or you go to File and save from here. Now you have to choose the destination, so where you want to save your file. Go to this folder, for example. I want to save my file here. You choose a name. I say my second app. Please keep in mind that you have to always write .py, which indicates Python extension. Okay, you save that. Now we go to that folder. I save it here. You can see this is the file that I saved. Now, how to run this code? There are many options, many ways to run your code. The first and easiest way is to run in this. You can see hello world, I'm learning Python. This is the easiest way. Okay, you can also directly go to the folder where you save your file and run this command. Right now I am in this path. I'm in this path. My file was in this folder. Here I copy the path I write my command. Or I directly go to that path, Mawut, and cut. If I check, this is the file name. Now you can write, for example, Python my second, the name of the file. You can see it is printing the output. Hello world, I am learning Python. This one is a bit complicated for those who don't know Linux, and so I am suggesting you to choose this one. Okay, this one. Hello world, I am learning Python. Perfect. Now coming to our lesson, string manipulation. String manipulation means how to manipulate your string. For example, here we have hello world, I am learning Python, so it is displaying in a single line. If you want to display it into multiple line, for example, hello world, I want from I am learning Python, it should be displayed into another line. You can simply use / plus n. N means new line. Okay, right now if I want to run my code, it should be displayed into multiple lines. You can see hello world, I am learning Python. You can see from this it is displayed in second line. This is how you can go to next line in your Python programming. So okay, we studied this concept, and now string concatenations. Concatenations means in Persian با هم یک جای شدن. Okay, for example, let me write another code. Okay, if you remember how we comment, we use this sign. It means that right now the Python does not run this code. It ignores this one because it considers it as a command. Right now I want to write another command, for example, print Aminullah and Yusufi. Okay, right now if I run this, you can see Aminullah Yusufi is displayed in my console. Right now, concatenations. I want to concatenate, combine Aminullah with Yusufi like this. Aminullah Yusufi. It should be displayed like this in the console. So how can I do that? I can simply write plus. Okay, Aminullah plus Yusufi. Right now, if I want to run my code, you can see Aminullah Yusufi is displayed in a single string. You can see Aminullah Yusufi. Okay, now if I want to create a space between them, what can I do? I can do simply again with this you can write quotation mark, then plus, then Yusufi. Right now let's see the result. You can see again it is Aminullah Yusufi. This is how you can create space, how you can concatenate strings into a single characters. Okay, all right. This is what string manipulation means in Python. So another concept which is called input function. It means that till now we only displayed the output to the console. Okay, for example, we only print and display it in the console. Right now, how can we take input from the user and display it in the console? So we can use this function input. It means take input from user and then display it into a screen. How can we do that? Let me tell you now. Input, I can say please write your first name. If I run that, see, please write your first name. Now if I run it again, look, please write your first name. If I write my first name, Aminullah, and if I press enter, you can see nothing is happening. So here with input command, you receive input, which is Aminullah, from the user. And right now what I'm trying to do is to display this input into my console and say hello Aminullah. So here, after I received input from the user Aminullah, what I'm trying to do is to store it into a variable called name. Okay, after the user type his name or her name, it should be stored in this variable in the memory, and then print it and show that and say hello name of that person. Okay, so right now let me run my code again. You can see, please write your first name. I say Aminullah. You can see in the console I say I can see hello Aminullah, and it is displayed. So this is how you receive input from the user. Okay, now if I want to display or receive another input, what is your education level? Okay, I have to write after the name. Okay, perfect. Right now it is asking me my name and my education level. If I run it again, what is your first name? I say Aminullah. And what is your education level? For example, I say master. Okay, right now it only displayed hello Aminullah. So what I'm trying to do is to store this education level into education. And now I want to education also displayed. If I run it again, let me clear my screen. Oops. Okay, what is your education level? I say master. Hello clear master. It's amazing. I made a mistake for that, no worries. So this is how you get input from user and print it into console. All right. This is Python variables. We will study what is Python variable. Python variables are containers for storing data values. So we can declare a variable like this. For example, x is equal 5. It means that 5 is going to store in a memory which is named x. Okay, so for example, let me describe it. Okay, for example, this is a memory. Oops. Okay, this is computer memory, and if I want to okay, this is for example x. This is the variable x. When I say x is equal to 5, 5 is going to store in this section of the memory here, 5. Okay, when I want to, for example, use another variable, for example y is equal to 4, it is stored in this part of the memory. Okay, then we can use it when we call that this is called variable. So we have, for example, numbers. We can store numbers, we can store strings. Okay, strings is always placed in double quote sign inside this. Double quote. Why is that? Okay, please keep in mind that variables, strings are always placed inside this double quote. Okay. Okay, right now if I want to show you, I want to comment this, comment equal to 5, for example 3, and okay, you can see, as I said, okay, I want to store 3, and this is the name of the variable, which is okay. I can, for example, takes different value. You can put it 3, 4, 5. When I want to check the value of a, so you can easily print that 3. Right now, if I want to use a string, for example, name equal to Aminullah. Now, if I want to print that name, you can see Aminullah should be displayed here. As I said, variable always should be inside double quote, otherwise it gives me an error. Now if I want to, you can see it gives me an error, name Aminullah is not defined. Okay, this is called variable in Python. So variable casting. Variable casting means if you want to specify the data type of a variable, this can be done with casting. What does it mean? Casting means, right now, if you want to understand the type of the variables, we have x. Now, if I want to check the type of this one, type, you can see it's integer. Integers means number, okay? Now, if I want to convert it into string, say 3, you can simply put str. Right now, what I did, I cast it. I converted 3 into a string. Okay, now if I want to check the type of the A, it should be showing a string. You can see string. So this is called type casting. You can use, for example, float. If I want to change it to float, I can do it. Yes. You can see the type has been changed to float. So this is called casting. Okay, if you want to specify the data type of a variable, this can be done with casting. It's very easy. Okay, variable names. How to choose the correct name for your variables. So it can be a short name like X and Y, A or B, or more descriptive names like age, usernames, for example, total, volume, something like that. Here you can write it, for example, A, or for example, you can, for example, Kabul. Okay, it doesn't matter. So rules for Python variables: a variable must start with a letter or underscore character. Keep in mind that variable always should be started with a letter or underscore. Otherwise, it gives you error. For example, Kabul started with letter K, and also it can be started with underscore. Okay. Right now, if I want to run, sorry, it should be Kabul. This one, we have to print this one. Okay, now if I want to print that, you can see it's working right now. Whether it should be started with a letter or underscore, it's working, it's fine. And also a variable cannot start with a number. For example, here, if you put 1, it gives me an error. Okay, this is rule for naming variable, you can see. So you have to memorize this, you have to understand the rules, otherwise it gives you error. A variable name can only contains alphanumeric characters and underscores, something like that. Variable names are case sensitive. Each age are different variables. Okay. For example, I say I have a variable called Kabul equal to, for example, I say Afghanistan. This is one variable name which starts with capital K, and also I have Kabul. Right now, for example, Asia. If I run that, you can see it is two different variable. Print Kabul, print couple with small letter. You can see each variables, this one is different and this one is different because it starts with capital K and with small k. So this is how you name your variables. You have to understand the rules, okay? So there are some examples. For example, you can name like that, name like that, name like that, like that. There are legal names. So this is enough for today, and thank you very much. See you next time.